Going on YouTube? What is up, Instagram? Today we have Megalodon over here, and I'm actually going to change this around so you guys can see. So this is YouTube, this is Instagram. I have two lives going on over here. This is Megalodon, our 30 horsepower Arrma Limitless with the brand new, oh my god, 12S motor and Cobra 5 high voltage ESC. This thing is an absolute monstrosity. What we're going to be doing today is going to be installing the sweet carbon fiber fan upgrade. Well, the ESC fan upgrade. You could see Hyperflow fans actually made this fan setup for the ESC, and we're going to be installing it. So hopefully everything goes well and everything fits pretty proper, because I've never seen this at all, or any kind of like crazy fan setup on this thing right here. So I appreciate you guys for coming here and watching. Make sure you hit the like button, and we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna try to, as you guys can see, I'm trying to do two hands here. So I'm gonna put one of you guys in the mount up over here, and Instagram guys, I'm gonna put you right next to me. So make sure you stay tuned. Here we go. Also, make sure you say in the comments if you need to see a little bit better, or if there's anything different that you may want me to do, or whatever, you know, you guys let me know on that. All right, there we go. Nice. All right, so that is perfect right there. We're going to be installing up first on the motor, because the motor is kind of really the biggest thing. So we're going to put the fan on over here. This here is from Hyper. See if you guys can see this here on Instagram. Maybe I should put the Instagram guys up here too. Hopefully it can hold. No, it's not going to. Maybe. Nah, it's not. All right, anyway. All right, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see. If you can't, make sure you leave in the comments if you can or cannot, or anything else in that kind of way. There you go. We're flipped on the right side now. All right. Here we go. We have our 2mm. We have our 2mm and our 2.5. We have that right over there. Just gonna try to put this like yay. All right, there we go. We'll try to make this as easy as possible. So here we have our 2.5. What I'm going to be doing actually is we're going to be undoing the ESC over here, just because we're going to have to do that anyway. ESC screws, we're going to put that down here, and I'm going to unplug the ESC, the Cobra 5 high voltage, just like that. Hopefully everything you can see, like this, like that. How's it going, guys? What is up, Colton? What is up? What's up, Caleb? How's it going, Caleb? Nitro Pimp, hold your fire, wait for more. Well, I mean, I could hold my fire, but I'm really just trying to, do this. But what I also really need to do is get a double bipod, because I'm trying to figure out how to like do Instagram and YouTube at the same time. It's just ridiculous. It really doesn't matter. It's not a biggie, not a big deal, but it's going to be solidified over time. I know that for a fact. Okay, so this is all done. That looks pretty easy to remove. Got to get the fan plug out here. There's that. Now the wiring harness to the ESC. And there we go. Voila. There's that. Easy peasy. Now what I really don't want to do is cut anything, because we have the series loop. We definitely have the series loop to the ESC here. So what I'm going to do first off as a warm-up, what we're going to be doing is removing the motor, because the motor is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to be holding the Instagram guys over here, so you guys on YouTube, you guys are on the bipod, but this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to remove these top screws up over here. This is to the motor. Actually, we could just put it directly on the ESC chassis. I'm going to screw the motor. Oh, actually, no, we can't do that yet. I'm going to have to remove this little side bracket. There we go. Now we can remove. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, see if that can work. Hopefully. All right, motor is out, just like that, easy peasy. Look at that monstrosity. It's a crazy big motor. Hold my fire, as in doing this. Just trying this out over here, guys. This is not good. All right. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Nitro Pimp. Yeah, man, I'm really struck. Like, honestly, this is really frustrating. It's not even like doing the car. It's trying this going up right. So I have YouTube here, Instagram there, and what I'm trying to do is monitor comments here. It's like so much crap. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to do this. I could build the heck out of an RC car, but can we go live? Oh, good lord. Maybe I should just do this tomorrow. Because I feel bad for the Instagram people. Anyway. For the Instagrammers. Okay, well, either way. What is on the easier side with what we will be doing is installing this Hyperflow fan over here. We're going to be putting that in right over here. Just like that. This here is a pretty easy to mount ring, and we could tighten it. It's a hose ring, or it's a hose clamp. Just like that. So you see the orientation with the motor. Motor is going to be up here. Is this even the right side? Let me think here. No, we want this on the opposite side. Yeah, just like that. So you guys on YouTube can see this right over here. So we could easily adjust it just like so. There we go. So we could all see. Just like that over there. This is like that. What's up, Rughead? Tripod for $40. I mean, yeah. So it's currently on one tripod, but I need to like have two phones if I want to stream this to Twitch, to YouTube, to Insta. Like, how many phones do I? It's ridiculous. anyway. So we need a 7mm now. I do apologize for the guys on Instagram here. I'm trying to do my best with positioning you at a certain height, I guess. There we go. All right, so I'm not really going to tighten this fan over here. You also really have to be careful with this motor. I don't know, I've never really cut my fingers, but these heat sinks over here, they are extremely sharp. You really got to be careful. You really got to be careful. Hang on. Okay. We're tightening it up right now. Over here. It's pretty cool that you could actually just move this fan around a little bit. Make sure the motor itself does not skim you long ways. All right, so I think here would probably be appropriate, like smack in the middle of the heat sinks. You guys on Instagram, you guys can see we are over here. And again, a quick shout out to Hyperflow Fans, HF Hyperflow. He's makes some really nice fans, as well as the actual mounting brackets and all that. They're just nice. They're easy. They're convenient. It's just cake. So this hose clamp right here, it is not tightened all the way. It is absolutely not tightened all the way. But I am tightening it just enough to where it's going to be snug. Because we want it snug. All right, hang on right there. Hungry Bird, what's up? Rughead RC, Nitro Pimp, Hungry Bird, Jonathan Rodriguez, Caleb Perry. Appreciate you guys coming on board. I know there's a little bit of a lack of communication, but I mainly post on Instagram. That's what I post on. I like Instagram, and I have all my updates whenever we go live on Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to plug the sensor wire back in now. Right here. Make sure it's all up and out of the way. God, this motor needs like a crane just to put it in. You can't just slide it in. You got to support the back. That's how heavy it is. All right. There we go. So motor's actually in. Actually. We're going to tighten up this hose clamp a little bit. Not a lot. I'm going to back it out a little bit. You know, so we could still adjust it along the way. I kind of want the hose clamp maybe a little bit looser than that. Yeah, there we go. So I now have the hose clamp pointed out. So if I ever want to adjust this fan, I can. And it's just super easy. Now I kind of like where it's positioned. I'm going to lock it down just like that. Super duper easy. Yeah, literally automotive motor mounts. That is pretty pretty nuts, guys. It is pretty nuts. Hope you guys can see enough as well. Ooh, sorry about that. All right. Is this good? Do you guys like looking like this, or should I lower it down so you guys could see more of the side profile of the car? Let me know. Hyperflow. Let me know. Let me know. Christopher McLeod, okie dokie. You can contact me at any time. Hopefully I'm not in trouble. Don't see for what. But yeah. Appreciate you guys coming out to this live. We're installing some sweet Hyperflow fans, carbon fiber this, carbon fiber that. We have this sweet ESC fan upgrade. This thing is sweet. It really is. And this is for the new Cobra 5 high voltage ESC. Brand new Cobra 5. Okay, you guys on Instagram, how you holding up? How you holding? How you holding? Hope you guys are doing all right. All right, we're good here. So we're going to be installing the ESC one after. The motor is going to be on the easier side just because it's, well, easier. There you go. How about that? Does Castle put mount holes on the rear? Are you talking about of the ESC or the Cobra 5? Because yes, they do. They do actually have they do have mounting holes on that ESC for sure. Okay. There we go. That's a good. Thanks for coming to this live, guys. What is going on? Yeah, we have a very nice supply drop from Hyperflow. Mr. Dylan, he got a Megalodon right over here. We have a bunch of stuff over here, some stickers, and we have this carbon fiber fan mount. We're going to be installing that real shortly. I'm very happy with this stuff. I really am. Okay. Comment check, comment check. Yeah. ESC definitely does have mounting holes in the rear. So yeah, I mean, the fan is already locked in place. Once I have this hose clamp already installed, it's pretty easy. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. Now what I'm going to do is remove the ESC from the car because it's just going to make this so much easier. Okay, there we go. Remove, and there we go. Just a like of that. Now what I'm going to want to do this proper and right, I should just back it up a little bit. We're going to want to desolder and resolder. As much as I don't want to do that, but really don't. All right, iron is now heating up. Wait a minute, can't I just like pick this damn this camera up? Hang on, guys. You guys are going for a little bit of a trip, a little bit of a ride. I'm gonna lock you in. Just give me like 2 seconds. All right, so as we have the iron heating up, I'm just trying to solidify this thing right here. Okay, there we go. Now, is this better so you guys can see more so everything? Huh? Hopefully. All right, now we need to get a metal plate under this. This right here, moving this away. We're going to be desoldering the ESC connectors, and we're going to be putting everything on the right way. So obviously if you're going to do this, it's just going to be easier if you were to really if you were to just do it the first time. If you know you're going to buy something like this upgraded this fan mount right here, you might as well just get it before you even put the connectors on. That's my honest opinion. Just so you don't have to resolder everything, but that's fine. You guys like my light? Alright. So now that we have this, I want to move this over here. We have a little bit of solder because we're desoldering than resoldering, so we don't exactly need a lot of solder. Then I like using vice grips, actually. I personally don't like anything else that's big and bulky. I like to have the least amount of footprint possible when soldering. There we go. Okay, so I just use like a little flathead just to open up the cap of the QSA connector. All right, so now we have our little means. Yeah, you guys on YouTube can see the Instagram live going on right there. And I could probably bring it up a little bit closer because we are indeed soldering. All right, I don't think there's anything else I really need other than for it to wait to heat up. Oh, I don't want that going. And I like using this right here instead of using my hands. Okay, we have our solder, we have this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right. Guys all good on Instagram over there? I'm checking in on you, don't worry, I never forgot about you guys. Believe me. Alright, so we got the Instagram comments up and going. Okay, so now that everything is heated up, I like to use this as my finger. Well, instead of using my finger and burning myself, I use that to pick up and remove the wire from where it's going to be going. Alright, you guys can see properly, almost kinda. Alright, so let's see now if we could get a little bit of a flash. Can we get flash? Oh, wait, there was a flash. Cool. Alright, I guess that's enough. Alright, anyway. ESC is over there. We want as much contact of the iron. There we go. Directly on what we need to reheat. Now, I'm not adding solder. I'm just using a little bit just so the heat can pretty much spread evenly. Ooh. Just give it a couple seconds. There's a lot of solder in there. And there we go. It's moving on up. How's it going, guys? Thank you for coming into this live. We are installing this beautiful carbon fiber fan mount onto this ESC. It's the Cobra 5 high voltage. That's what we're going to be doing today. Or tonight. Golly. Maybe it wasn't heated up all the way. You know what? Yeah, I don't think it was heated up. We still got to wait like a minute or two. So what I'm going to do meanwhile, actually, you want to quickly close the collar, because if you actually let some of the flux dry when it's in the middle, you're not going to be able to close it, and you don't want that happening. You want to make sure that when it's still hot, for the most part, we still have the ability to close it. Because imagine getting a nice solder and then, oh, can't close it. You don't want that happening. So we just put it in, took it out, easy. I'm going to leave this right here. Just like that. All right. You use your fingers. What's up? Did you see that, RC? Norman Vasquez, what's going on? Lakiri, Monster, how's it going? Rughead RC. Yeah, this is what we're doing right here. Installing this beautiful thing right here from Hyperflow fans. So we already have the ESC. Oh my God, that's not an ESC. That's a motor. We already have the motor pre-installed with the fan right up over here. Huge 2535. 520 kV. This thing is a monster. So we're pretty much installing the fan kit that Dylan from Hyperflow made custom just for Megalodon over here. So we already have the fan on the motor on. Now we're just working on the ESC. So what we actually have to do is desolder and resolder, which is annoying, but got to do it. All right. I'm sure this is now heated up all the way. So let's see. Oh yeah, that is definitely going a lot quicker now. But I love this iron. It's like 20 bucks. It's 20 bucks, but it really gets a lot done. I would choose this over a lot of the quote-unquote RC soldering irons. Easily choose this over those. Because one, you're saving a lot of money. But two, it's also 80 watts, and it's got a huge heating element inside. And it's like actually legit. You know, and it's got a little bit of a light to it. All right, ooh, watch out for that. All right, so that's number one. Got number one out. What I'm going to do quick is close this collar. Just like that. Easy. Done. Okay, now I'm going to use, I'm going to be on this side now. Yeah, here we go. Guys on Instagram still holding up? What is it? What's up, Crazy RC Man? Dub Kid. Plus Set BMW. Woo. Tony PR. How's it going, guys? All right, now we have to undo the positive terminal of the ESC. Just like this over here. All right. Got to make sure that we keep all the fans and stuff away from the tip of the iron. So I'm just moving everything back, moving the stickers away. All right, so we have this right over here. I like tilting the connector up too, mainly because when solder flows, it's going to want to flow back into the connector rather than out and bridging, and you never want to bridge. All right, so here we go, YouTube. We're going to see if we could zoom in. Wow, that's amazing. All right, blasphemy. How far in can we go? Whoa, that's actually not that bad of a zoom. That's not that bad. Hang on, I'm going to try to put it to where we are stable. All right, that's good. Good enough. Just adding a little bit of solder just to transfer the heat. And we're going. There you go. Oh, look how quick it does that. Very nice. Remember our little metal finger tool. We want that. Now I'm going to start to pull. There we go. Just like that. And I'm not burning my hand or my fingers, which is not optimal. Nice, and no solder dripped or rushed out. There we go. So now we have the series loop off of the ESC because we didn't want it on. Oh, let me zoom out real quick. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're live. We are live. All right, now what I'm going to do, are we zoomed out all the way? Yeah, nope, now we are. Cool. All right, so now that we have this thing, whoa, that's hot. I thought that was cold for a second. That's how you know it's hot. All right, we're going to move the iron just off to the side. Just acknowledge that, hey, it's still on. So we still need to be careful. All right, now this is the easy part right here. Ready? We're taking off this fan shroud. Bam, from Castle. Just like that. And I actually have this switch glued. I have this switch glued on. And no, I'm not cutting. All I'm doing is grabbing it and rocking it back and forth because I did super glue it. But it comes off easy. That's how you just pretty much prop it off. Now, what I'm doing, oop, that was a lot tighter than I thought. 2, 3, 4. Okay, up, off. Well, actually, we could keep this on because we're actually putting this on completely. But before we put this on, guys, if you don't know carbon fiber, whether it's forged or anything, it doesn't matter. Carbon fiber is actually conductive. If you guys don't know that, what does that mean? Let's pretend this is a battery right here and you have positive and negative. Number one, you never want to touch it. But let's just say the equivalent of that, if you touch any bit of it, of the carbon with your positive, then you touch it with the negative, it's going to act it's going to act as a bridge. Carbon fiber is conductive. It most certainly is. So before we install this, and there's nothing wrong with this, before we install this though, okay, what I want to do is actually insulate the gold ports coming in and out of the ESC. And that's easy because all we need to do is, where'd it go? Where'd my shrink wrap? There it is. All right, so here we have shrink wrap, good old shrinky dink. And my red scissors, I like my red. Okay. So here, all I'm going to do is cut, I don't know, maybe 3/8 of an inch. Anyway, something like that. Something like that. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For all of you guys who are new here, we are installing this sweet forged carbon fiber ESC plate on Megalodon 12S's, who is my Limitless 12S. This Cobra 5 high voltage ESC. Oh my god, can this just stay? All right, I guess not. Anyway, and right now we are insulating these gold plates or the ports because we've just learned that carbon is conductive. Or most of you who probably already know that, it's all good. All right, so maybe not that long, maybe a little bit less. Okay, just a smidge less because I like being nice. I mean, even though that this isn't exactly a show car, I built it like a show car, so I kind of like, I want it to be on point. Now we get to play with fire. Here we go. You like doing this, Nitro Pimp. You like playing with fire. Playing with fire. We like playing with fire. Appreciate all of you guys who are tuning into this live. Thank you. Any donations that you guys make to this channel goes directly to supporting this channel and making it better. I.e., the next thing we're going to be doing is buying a better tripod. Believe me, because I want the guys on Instagram over here. You guys are on YouTube that I'm pointing to. Instagram, the Instagram phone is like right down there. We need to pick them up with you guys up here on YouTube. So if you guys want to donate to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And everything means a lot. And if you guys don't, that's more than fine. I'm just appreciating that you guys are just here. Woo! Almost hit my face. That's why I'm wearing glasses, safety glasses. All right, but you guys can see right here, okay? This is the negative or the ground port of the ESC. Instagram, you guys can see. YouTube, you guys can see. So yeah, technically, actually, everything is fine. But since we're in here already, just want to do the positive as well. Now, you could do it in black, or you could be bougie to do it in red. I actually have red over here. Shout out to a good buddy of mine, Sean. Got this for me years ago. I'm still using it. So I think we were about this. All right, good. Let's see how long that is. And I want it about even because it's going to make me sleep better at night. And yeah, that's about even. So we have our ground covered, and we're going to cover our power. Yada, yada, yada. And that's what we do. You use fingers for soldering, Rughead RC. Oh my god, you must have fingers of steel. Hell no, I would not do that. Anyway, let's play with fire some more. Maybe I gotta cut this. Yeah, I gotta cut this down a little bit. I'm not gonna sleep right knowing that this was 1/4 of a millimeter longer. Look at that. That's how precise I like to be. But no, I mean, it's not gonna matter whether you do it or not. Oh, actually, I should have kept it that long. So the wire is kind of going up a little bit. I'm still definitely going to save that piece because shrink wrap is certainly one thing that you can never get enough of. You can use it for all things. I actually use some of it on my like my phone charger port. And here we go. We're playing with some fire again. Fire, fire, fire. We like the fire. All right. Relax, Brandon. It's just fire. Check out this ESC. I mean, this ESC is pretty wide. It is a wide boy. It's a big old heat sink. It's probably like 60, 70 millimeters of heat sink. That's a lot going on there. Nitro Pimp, you got that right, man. OCD wire management. I gotta tell you, being OCD is never a bad thing when it comes to wire management. Just because, let's say you have a lot of moving parts, stuff gets hot, this and that. You don't want to, you know, have an issue. Okay, so now we did our positive and negative. That was easy. Now I want to do this over here. These are going to be our ports going in from the motor. 1, 2, 3. You guys on Instagram can see I didn't forget about you, and YouTube. All right. Now we got to make sure. Was this? No, I think that was it. Is this the? Got to make sure this is the. Maybe not that. What size is this? 5/16. And what size is this? Oh, this is shorter. Okay. Either way, so we're going to be doing this right here. 1, 2, and number 3. I'm probably going to have to resize them up. Guaranteed, because I always like to cut more. What I need to do, actually. We need to spread it open a little bit more. Actually, first things first, before I do that. Yeah, so I'm literally like 1/4 inch too long every single time I do this. 1/4 inch. How are we now? No, still a little bit too long. Even something as stupid as this, guys. And if you do get a carbon fiber fan mount, you really, I mean, I gotta tell you, if you're already going like 90-95% of the whole mile, you might as well just do this. Do it right the first time. Because here's the thing, all it takes to ruin your $1,000, $2,000 RC car is literally one short and everything is done. Just do it. And this is exactly what you want to do. And if you don't have a carbon fiber fan mount and you just have a plastic one, then you should be fine. Because plastic is not conductive. Maybe it could be if it was like a mixture polymer of some sort, but not in this case. This case, it is most certainly something that we need to take care of. Whether it's an aluminum ESC housing or carbon, you need to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. All right, see, so that is good. So now it actually looks nice. It actually looks nice. You guys on Instagram, you guys can see I didn't forget. You can see the shrink wrap on the bullets. Very nice. Let me just make sure that the camera is cleaned. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we got to do our third one. It's really annoying trying to measure this up. Did I do this in the first shot? Maybe. No, maybe not. Told you I always overball it. I definitely overball. You know what? I think I like having the camera over here at my side so I could actually work all in this area. There we go. This is nice right here. Okay, so now that we have all three of our ports, you guys on Instagram, you guys on YouTube, everything is covered up with the shrink wrap. Now we get to play with fire again. Watch your fingers. Make sure it's shrink-a-dinked all the way around. Notice how quick I'm wafting it. That just means it's going to have less of a direct contact with the flame, because if you hold it, you can burn it, in which we do not want that. And this is our final product. Look how nice that looks. It really looks, just going to focus. Yeah, nice. No? Yes? Maybe. Anyway, but we have all three of our phases to the ESC, shrink wrap. We have our power and ground. Also, you guys on Instagram, you guys on YouTube can see. All right. Now, that was the boring part, I guess. I mean, I like playing with fire, but now we put this thing on. Look how easy that was, right? Bam. Super duper easy. Oh, and it just looks awesome. This really just like emphasizes the whole Megalodon theme. It really does. And what's really cool about Hyperflow fans, you know, you don't have to order the exact color or anything of exactly with what he has. Let's say you're going for a red theme or a blue theme. He could make this forged carbon fiber in like whatever color you want. Oh, here's an example. Maybe if I can get it. Here, actually, he sent me some gold ones before for another project, because Innovation RC's colors like gold and black. Hence why this is like sweet. It really is, and he customizes it with all the heads. And Megalodon is like silver, and a Megalodon is a shark, so blue. It's perfect. It really does look nice. It really does. So, all right. So now we pretty much have to reinstall everything, and that's not a bad thing, but anyway. All right, so for all of you guys who are new tuning into this channel, thank you for stopping by. We are installing this sweet forged carbon fiber ESC fan mount on this 12S ESC from Castle Creations on Megalodon. He's our 30+ horsepower Arrma Limitless, and I think I need to replace his rear differential already. Anyway, but for the most part, the setup's been pretty solidified. I really like it. I appreciate it, but I don't think I'm doing anything this disgustingly overpowered for for a while now. Maybe I'll make a show car, but hey. And yeah, appreciate all of you guys tuning into this live. Thank you. And any of you guys who want to donate, everything is used towards the channel. So let's say we need another not a fan mount, oh my god, an ESC, oh my god, a phone mount, so you guys on Instagram can get a look in and on too. So everything is used towards the channel. You know, I'm not using it towards myself. I'm trying to make sure that, like, because it's frustrating to not have like a good fan mount. So what's actually easier on my end would make it easier and nicer on your end, so you guys can see what I'm doing all in all. Uh-oh, where's our fourth screw? There it is. All right. And yeah, I'm putting a little bit of thread lock, even though they don't on the ES. Well, at least this one they didn't. They might do it on the production ones. This here is still the pre-production Cobra 5 high voltage ESC. This is before they actually launched it, so there might be Loctite on the 2.5mm bolts that are going and holding on this here fan mount. Okay, and I'm not like hulkingly screwing it on. I'm just making sure it's on there. We got Loctite. It's gonna go nowhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for cleanliness, we have a rag. No, we don't. All right, well, let's just pretend I wiped it down then. Let's just pretend. All right. No, actually, I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm not even gonna do that. All right, I'm back. I assure you I have not left. Okay, so you want to actually get rid of the little bit of Loctite all the way around. Because, yeah, I was actually joking about not doing it, but then again, I want my stuff clean. And you should always think about this about your car, because this whole setup right here is not like $100. This is like $400 or $500 all in. The ESC, the bracket, wiring, solder job, connectors, ESC fan plate, this is all that crap. You know, you don't want to like skimp out on doing the right thing for your build. I mean, your build's expensive. Take care of it. Hence why I wiped it down. Something as stupid and little as that. All right, so now what's convenient over here is that here is a little ESC switch mount. Wait, does it go over here? Oh, it's not tall enough. It doesn't appear to be. Okay, that's fine either way. I could just put the switch anywhere. Okay, so now we're actually going to want to resolder, which is the stressful part. Well, it's not stressful. It's just annoying. Okay, everything I guess seems to be fine. Where's my vice grips? You're there. Okay, now again, I'm using the vice grips, pointing it upwards so the solder can actually flow inside. What side? What is this? Positive. So we need to do this side, which means we're doing this right here. All right, we got that. We have our little finger clamp that Mr. What was his name? Rughead RC. He just uses his fingers, which I'm not ragging on him, but my fingers ain't all that. So, Mr. Rughead RC, he likes to just hold it with his fingers. He's got fingers of steel or whatever else he's got. All right, so now what we're going to do, because there's already solder in here. Oh, hang on. There is already solder in here. I'm going to zoom in once again. Nice. There we go. That's a great zoom in. All right. We are farmers. All I did was put a little bit of solder just to basically ease the flow of everything going into place, and I'm very gentle with it because you don't want to like force anything in place. It's going to make the solder fly around. I think that's good. Yeah. So since the solder actually flew to the back, we're going to add a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with that, but make sure you always top off. That is a pretty solder joint. It's as pretty as it's going to get. Oh my God, you guys saw that? That was so stupid of me. I thought I put it on. Yeah, imagine I catch fire doing a live. That would be funny. Not really. Yeah, just be careful. But that's actually why I have these mats here anyway. You really don't want it going and getting into anything. Otherwise, you definitely don't want it to be something like a ESC wire or something like that, because you only got one. Well, unless you have two, but no one really has 2 or 3 spares on the norm. And yeah, I do actually have a fan going in here. There's also an air purifier. So if you're soldering in a room with no window open, make sure you have something to ventilate yourself. You don't want to huff this stuff. It's gross. Whether it's leaded or unleaded, I don't care what you got. Make sure you have some kind of a purifier. I mean, unless you like huffing it, then go right ahead. But I don't. Personally, I don't. I'm no doctor, but... Okay, let's check up on comments here. Comments. Rughead, Nitro Pimp. We have Christopher. Hyperflow. What's up, Hyperflow fans? How's it going? You got your stuff going up on this car immediately. Space RC, what is up? Hope you're having a good night. I know you are because you're working on your RC car. Actually, to be real honest, I'm having a good night because I'm very thankful to breathe oxygen, and I'm just a thankful person right now. You know, whether I'm working on an RC car or not, I could be in a much worse position in life. But yeah, I'm basically here working, and I'm appreciating that I'm able to work. I'm able to explain this stuff. I'm able to
do this stuff, do what I love, I am having a good night. I was a bit frustrated earlier in the stream trying to get the damn camera position. I swear to you guys, I'm really going to try to ace this live stream stuff. I'm really going to try to do that. Oh, and there we go. As soon as it went down, you want to pull out. You don't want to keep too much in. I'm going to fill it up a little bit. Nice bubble of solder. That's pro. Okay, remove. Make sure we don't have any drips. You want to quickly put this back. Oh, see, that's what happened again. We almost catch the whole room on fire. Anyway, but we were successful. Oh, ow. Ah, okay. Anyway, we got our series loop up and going. And before you even put this back in the car, double check your damn work. Because, oh, you plug it in and just catches fire? Well, that's because you guys plug in a series connector. Well, not you guys, but I'm just saying. Make sure negative goes to negative, positive goes to positive, and you can't get the rest wrong. That's how I do it. You don't have to like think, oh, which way is a series connection? Negative, positive, positive, negative? No. One side, one connector, you solder to the ESC, right? Make sure it's negative. The other connector, make sure it's positive. And you just combine. You can't get it wrong. All right, so now we did this. Look at that. Oh, hang on. Let me zoom out here. We're zoomed out. Let me pull back and zoom out. All right, now let me turn this damn iron off because I'm going to kill myself with it. All right. I'm giving the guys on Instagram here a little tour because they don't have a nice little tripod bipod like this. So we're going to allow I was going to say the heatsink, oh my god, the iron to cool down. But I appreciate all of you guys tuning in here on Instagram. But here we are installing this ESC. Well, we already installed it, but this is a beautiful mount. Look at that. It really is. And it's just perfect. Like, he really, like... It's not just like, oh, you look at what you want and you buy it. Like, you contact Dylan with Hyperflow, and he based on what you want, he literally customizes it, the color-wise, exactly to, like, what your build is. I mean, Megalodon is a shark, so we like the silver, and a shark goes in water. It's blue. I mean, it's just badass. It's like it's made for this. It really is. It's really cool. So, Mr. Dylan, I really appreciate you. Hyperflow. You really have some badass fan mounts. I'm so happy to get this on Megalodon over here. Oh. Yeah, see what I'm trying to do with the Instagram guys? To the guys on YouTube, you guys really have a... Uh-oh. What just happened? All right, privilege. Can we... Oh my god, I keep doing that. All right, just stay. Gosh darn it. Anyway, here we are, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's a tough plug to push in. All right, now I'm just going to kind of clean up here just a little. Just a little. Get some of this crap out of the way. Get that. Get this. Get this. Get this out. Both of these go in here. Okay, now we can actually start installing it back onto the vehicle, which is grand. Okay. There we go. Maybe. Ugh. Is this tall enough for you guys on YouTube? Or do we want to see more on the top end? Yeah, because we could go a little bit higher. Oh, look at you. You guys can see the comments on my laptop. Just monitoring the comments and whatnot. All right, so now we are going to... get the move on here. All right. Here is the Cobra 5 high voltage ESC, and I pretty much moved the fan just a little bit because it was positioned like that, so I just moved it. It depends on where your car is really going to hit, all in all. So you may need to change it in due time. You may. I want to put the sensor wire back through Megalodon, up on top, up in here, up in here. Okay. Now, we are not hitting it with the screw gun. Just wiggling it, loosen. A very loose kind of tighten job. You really don't want to do it too tight. That's not even in. No, it's not. All right, well, this one is unscrewing. I have no patience. Unscrewing is fine. There we go. Now that went right in. Here we go. Putting you guys a little bit closer now, if you guys can see. Hopefully. Okay. We're locked. All right, so now you see both the fans, because the receiver is right here, actually. The receiver is literally right here. So obviously I want the fans positioned in this kind of a way, you know. Just because if I were to have it this way, you know, turning it back around, it's not going to be like flowing or in the way that you really want it to go. Based on where they're positioned. So you need to really like put it in the right direction based on where it's gonna go. Oh, and real quick, I need to move this sensor wire to the up. I like it above this ESC right here. What that does actually is prevent it from getting hit by the drive shaft. So once I lock this ESC down, it's really, there's no way that it's going to touch the drive shaft. Because I don't like when the sensor wire is like out here, up and around. No, we have it up and under the inside of it, which is pretty nice, I guess. Yeah. Should I put you guys down a little? There you go. I guess that's good. Is that good right there? You guys can see the whole build. I'm trying to get this live crap down, so just bear with me, please. Give me a break. Space RC, Rocky Mountain Bashers, Angel Z, appreciate that. Christopher McLeod. What's your name for the call Monday? I mean, my real name? My real name is Brandon. Thank you in advance. Yeah, no worries. I love watching your channel. You do some amazing work. I appreciate that, Angel. Thank you, thank you. Rughead RC. I mean, should I just... I don't know. I'm trying to, like, experiment on, like, what would be best. So I want you guys to tell me, like, oh, that's too far. Oh, that's not. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? We are all clear here. Maybe? Maybe? No. Okay. All right. Guess now we're going to continue. Yeah, so we pretty much installed the motor fan. That was like 10 seconds. That was cake. It really was. That was a piece of cake. Absolute piece of cake. All we had to do is really remove the motor, slide it on, and bam, it's right there. All right, so the ESC is still somewhat loose, which is fine, actually. We don't want that too tight. All right, that is on. This is on. All right. So now we can see we have both of these wires looking in the right direction because the receiver is right here. I already said that, I know. So now what I'm going to want to do actually is plug the motor wires back in. Now you remember these motor wires, they're insulated just like this for a reason. That's exactly why that I insulated even the ESC ports, the motor wires to the ESC ports going in. Okay, so now that they're in, now I could pretty much direct like kind of where I want these wires to go, really. All right, so that goes like that. I can plug the ESC back in. Now it's just going to be some annoyingness, I guess. Okay, so that's like that. Let's plug this in. Maybe I could just move this like that. It doesn't matter. And even the braids on these wires are like really, really cool. They really are. Because it's like gray and black. It's badass. Okay. Bam, just like that. That's one. Hopefully it's plugged in right. We need double check negative, positive. Yeah, right. Imagine I plug it in, boom. When we solder it wrong. You guys really got to make sure if you do solder anything, make sure it's right the first time because you're going to not really like life. Well, not life, but the reality of blowing something up. You're really not going to like that. No worries, Christopher. You're welcome in advance. You're welcome in advance. You're welcome. All right, I just plugged it in and it did not turn on. Oh my God, the fans broke. No, it's not. Just have to reverse the polarity. You got to make sure it's all the way at the end where it's only touching power and ground. So if you actually have it in signal and power, you're not actually going to even turn it on. But now you guys would know. If I could just get it in, that'd be grand. Okay, let's try it. There it is. Nice. That is badass. Oh, it killed my flame. All right, now ask me why I did that. I did that because there's a little bit of heat shrink right here that was under a little bit of tension because it's positioned in the right way of the receiver. Yes, that's good, but when it's already set in, you kind of want to like reheat it so it molds to the correct direction where it wants to go. It's just going to help extend the life of your wires, this and that. It's just a little bit of a tip or trick with anything with shrink wrap. Anything, you know, whether it's wires, connectors, whatever, does not matter. This is badass. I really like these. Oh, my fingers aren't not small enough. This is extremely difficult. This is the hardest part out of everything. It's plugging it into the receiver. That's actually right there. It is pretty funny. Okay, that's annoying. What I could do actually, nah, I don't want to take the Dremel and Dremel it down a little bit. I don't want to do that. Oh, did I get it? No. I thought I had it. Is that it? No. I thought I had it. All right, that's boring. That's ridiculous. You know it gets serious when I bring out the damn Dremel drill. All I'm doing is shaving a little bit of the thickness off of the tip on this JST connector. Don't be afraid to break out the Dremel drill. Just know your limits and know whatever the hell you're cutting into its limits. That's all you need to do. Know the limits. You're fine. Look at that. It just slips right in. Oh, maybe that was the wrong way too. Wow, that is actually kind of, this is really annoying. It's trying to get two JST connectors that are like right next to each other and they both have a slight bulge. And I'm just trying to like get it in there properly. There we go. All I had to use a 1.5 millimeter driver to just direct it in straight because it wasn't going in. Let's fire her up. Oh, that still wasn't the right way. Keep getting the wrong hole. Is that it? There we go. Oh my god. That is literally the last step to all of this, and that was the most difficult. Plugging the damn fan in. It's not difficult, it's just how it's positioned is really just kind of annoying. It's just a little bit annoying. Sorry guys on Instagram, I now see you. I now have moved that. Alright. You guys on YouTube, I'm going to take you up. Ah, here we go. Alright. Do we have the light going? No, we don't. Light. Oh, relight. Okay, anyway. Yeah, but we pretty much just installed the fan. The fan for the big 2535 30 horsepower motor, and we also have the sweet Cobra 5 ESC forged carbon fiber fan mount from Hyperflow. This thing is awesome. Now let's turn the on button on. Look at that. I literally feel it. I feel it from here. Yeah, that is awesome. That is badass. That really is. Guys on Instagram, look at that. Finally got it all installed. Yeah, this is like what I'm working with on Instagram here, you guys can see. All right. All right, Instagrammers. We are just about done here. Make sure you check out Hyperflow. Hyperflow on Instagram here. All right. That was just ridiculous. I'm so sorry on Instagram. That was genuinely horrible. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much got it all installed finally. Pretty awesome. Look at that. That is beautiful. And yeah, guys, make sure you check out Hyperflow. Hyperflow fans. These fans and the fan mounts are just absolutely badass. They really are. They absolutely are. But we still have some stuff to do yet, actually. So this is not the end of the stream. Not just yet. But sponsored by Hyperflow fans. All right. Let's kill the power. Move the battery. Okay. We have to remesh our motor because we are not done yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Welcome back to the stream, guys. Appreciate all of you guys who are tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god, this motor's so heavy. What on earth? Okay, there we go. Now it's going in. So now I'm not actually torquing these bolts down right here. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is just getting them snug so I could still be able to move the PPS motor mount, the grub lock mount, ever so slightly to get the perfect gear mesh. Okay, we're going to screw this in right here. I'm going to back it out a little bit. That actually seems pretty good right there. Okay, that is good. That is good, and we are locked. We're locked in. Okay, good. That was actually pretty cake. What I should probably do is try to get this fan switch on. I mean, I could just glue it and just, you know, be lazy, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. Only because maybe if the bolts fit, or maybe if the bolts actually thread into the carbon fiber, that would actually be pretty cool. These little tiny 1.5 millimeter bolts. Fan looks tiny. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Rughead, you said the fan is tiny. Yeah, it is small compared to the motor, but this fan is like 10 times powerful than your standard thin fan or whatever. Either way, this blows air all the way out to here, and this alone is more than enough. And keep in mind, with the amount of metal that this motor is, I don't care how many fans you have on it, it's still not going to actually like cool it off. It's going to aid it in cooling, but it's not going to keep it cool. That ultimately depends on your setup, how you tune it, this and that, and all that extra jazz. Anyway, but yeah, the fan is definitely going to aid in all the kinds of cooling, which is great, and that's what you need. If anything is going to run cool, you definitely kind of want to have fans so it recirculates the air, and these two fans right here are perfect. They are absolutely perfect for exactly what that calls for. And keep in mind, this is still like half the voltage with with what you can really run these fans on. You could run them on like 3S or 4. I'm not sure. Dylan, if you know the voltage, I think they're 3S? Yeah, 3S fans. So I'm only running like 8 volts right now to the receiver, or a 7.4, in which that blows a lot of air, but that's like half, almost, well, that's a little bit more than half voltage, which is most certainly impressive. You know, for fans just like these, you don't need anything more than that. Okay, well, that's one. No, okay, so what I'm going to have to do, actually, this itty-bitty screw. All right, actually, what I think I want to do is I want to put a little bit of a link post out. Hang on, guys. I'm just putting a link. Live share, copy link. I'm just doing the live link on Instagram just because I kind of feel bad because they were on this phone and it's an old phone, but I wish that there was just an app that could like stream to multiple different platforms. That would just make like life easier regarding that, because I really love showing you guys, and it would just make everything so much easier for you, for me, you know, all that stuff. When I would do this, it's just gonna be easier for you guys to see as well. Yeah, 4S. That's crazy. 4S fans. So on 7.4 volts, 14.8 volts, this is literally half the power of these fans, in which these fans are going to last forever at half voltage, which is great. It's not putting them at maximum duty, but regardless, I mean, you could run these things and they could literally hover and fly away. So the fans are more than enough, all in all. Hang on, I'm still here with you guys. Trying to put a quick little post out. All right, done, hopefully. All right, so we have Instagram posted. That's what I should have done, was direct people only to the YouTube live. See, like you just hit the little link button right there. You hit that and it brings you to the YouTube. That would have been sufficient rather than having a crappy video on Instagram. Because I'm really trying to get Instagram viewers engaged as well, because there's a lot of traffic on Instagram. But yeah, it's just hard being pulled every direction of social media trying to make it good. It's kind of stupid how they don't make it easier to be able to do this kind of stuff. Anyway, all right, so what I'm gonna do now, well, this actually goes underneath here. There you go. This is my little motor support. Oh, motor support bracket. Just like so. It just holds the motor, the back part of the motor, so it doesn't bend the motor mount like it did originally, in which the mount's amazing. But, oh, but, it's a heavy friggin' motor. All right, so we're gonna move this over here. Now we're going to install the ESC fan correctly now. I'm not skimping out. I'm not skimping, guys. I was about to, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to do it right, obviously. Because again, I'm going to wake up at like 3 in the morning and think to myself like, crap, I should have done this right. And then I'm not going to be able to fall asleep until it's done. So I might as well do it. Makes sense, right? All right, that is one screw, just sticking it up in the top over there. And then underneath, there's like a nut at the end of, ooh, ouch, this little screw. Well, this nut doesn't want to come off. Oy. Make sure that this nut, okay. Ah, that's so annoying. So I can't hold it with my fingers and do this. All right, there we go. That wasn't that bad. So we can't lose the nut though, because they're extremely tiny. They're right over here. You guys can see. Okay. All right, that's 1, 2. But are they long enough? Yeah, they are. Awesome. Okay, now we got to get these little tiny, look how small these nuts are. They will literally, if you drop them, you're probably going to lose it. If you have carpet, oh my God, I just dropped it. Just cries. Okay, let's not. Let's try to do this the official way. Official. So we have our nut here, right? We're going to do this the pro way. I have my little hemostat, my thermostat hemostat. And I'm just going to hold it enough to where it's not going to really go anywhere. Now, where is... Okay. I'm going to finger tighten it. This is the drill bit, the 1/4-inch drill bit, to directly to my screw gun. Yeah, make sure you listen out to Hyperflow fans. He makes and he does all of this stuff. This stuff is amazing. Yeah, see? All right, that was easy. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. just getting that little nut screwed on the underside of the carbon plate right here. You guys can see. Maybe not. See if we could zoom in. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful zoom. Holy Christmas. That's amazing. Does Castle put remount? Yeah, Castle puts the mount holes in the back underneath. Yes. Mr. Rughead or C, this motor is a 520 kV motor. I'm not running 1-to-1. I'm running negative gearing, which means it's even further than 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is like 800, 900 kV-ish. If you want to run 6S or 8S, this is running 12S at over direct drive. So we're well beyond 1-to-1. Okay, now I'm not going to screw it in super tight because you guys can see this thing, right? Oh my God, that's a beautiful view. I'm looking over here to the right on the computer. That's amazing. Only if I could like know how to do this. God, from the start. The start is like horrible. Start of the stream, but yeah, so I'm only finger tightening it because it's little tiny screws anyway. And I don't really want to do too much because it's sitting on top of the wires right here. And if you remember what I said about carbon fiber being conductive, well, yeah, it will. Actually, what I should do then is probably tighten one side more than the other. I don't know, or maybe it doesn't matter. This is why hemostats are really good to have. I have a straight one and then a curved one. It's just significantly easier to grab onto because there's no way my fingers can go into this. Look at the size difference. That's just crazy. All right, guys. So welcome back to the stream for all of you guys who are new. We just installed this carbon fiber, forged carbon fiber, ESC fan housing, fan shroud from Hyperflow. And he also included a fan with it too. It's just a badass setup. It really is. I'm going to power it up again so you guys can hear and see. For any of you who are new to the stream, thank you for coming. Make sure you drop a like. Drop a like. Drop a like. Support the channel. Okay, so now we're going to zoom out. Come on. Nice, nice. We're zoomed out now. Norman Vasquez. What's going on, Norman? Angel Z, follow you on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is turn this thing around. It's curse word heavy. It is flipping heavy. All right. So let's see here. I'm looking at here. All right. Look at that. That is a behemoth of a motor. All right, now I'm going to plug this in. You guys are going to hear this beautiful fan setup chime work and chime. Now we actually have the switch mocked up. Look at that. I can feel it. I can literally feel it all the way up here. Hello. Look at that. Tucking it into the top, blowing it away. See that? Whoa. Yeah, these fans are like, is that all you got? On 7.4 volts. Now keep in mind I have it directly plugged into the ESC, into the receiver. Being that it's plugged directly into the receiver, you know, they're not getting maximum voltage, but these fans on 2S or 7.4 volt is still like amazing. So you can run them on 4S as Hyperflow said in the comments, and they'll literally like hover. They'll friggin' fly away, which is badass. It really is. Can you guys see any better? if it were to be like this. Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Ugh. Got the suction cup thing going. I like the suction cup because it won't like screw with anything, but there you go. So when I zoom in, like my phone's camera changes to a different camera, and this one right here is definitely superior. Let me know if you see a difference when I zoomed in slightly. Right now it's zoomed in slightly. Let me know if this is the camera or the one that you guys like visually more. Let me know. I think this is the camera that does it. Now I got it locked back in. Sweet. All right. Yep, and you can use that power right from the 6S power lead. Yeah, so he actually has, from these wires, there's a little, I don't know where it is. My workbench is a bit of a mess, but he has a little adapter that goes to the end of these, and you could plug a direct 6S into it, or through the balance lead. The 6S balance lead, you could plug that in directly. Actually, hang on. Where's the 3S? 1, 2. Oh no, this is for a 4S. Oh shit. You know what? We're gonna test this 4S out. Okay. So this is it on full power now. So now you see the little adapter that I have. If you guys could see, yes, no, maybe so. I need to move that back. Oi. Okay. So now we're going to plug in a 4S. This is a mystery 4S. ... All right. So you guys saw this right here, right? Yeah, I think this is the camera because I'm looking on my laptop right now. It looks badass how it looks right now. I think it looks amazing. I think it really does. Okay, so here we are. Balance lead directly into this, and it's got instant power. So as soon as I do it, I'm not going to be able to hear myself talk. So when I do it, it's just going in all the way. So here we go. Yeah, as as Rughead RC just said, thrust. That's literally what we're going to experience right now. Here we go. Whoa! I literally feel it. Damn. Look at that. Look how aggressive that is. Whoa! That's crazy. You see how aggressive this little piece of towel is like flying, right? There we go. Whoa! Look at that. That is just disgusting. I mean, I don't need that much air. This on half of that is more than enough, honestly. But it's a cool feature to know that these fans are capable of double with what I'm currently running. So if you actually run them at a lower duty, they will last you longer, lifespan-wise. That's just electrical anything. If you run an 8S motor on 6S, you know, it's just going to, over time, deteriorate slower. That's just, you know, that's just the way it is. And it's not a bad thing, but you could still run them on 6S and they'll still last you a long time. I've never had any of these fans give out on me. So what I said might be true, might be not, but electrically that's truth. So with that being said, I would certainly I would just certainly monitor the performance of it over time. Nice, there we go. So you guys could see this perfectly, right? Yeah. How's it going to all the new guys to the channel? Appreciate you joining the live. We have installed this beautiful forged carbon fiber fan mount and fan and blah blah blah. That's not an ESC, a motor fan from Hyperflow, and it's just a badass setup. It really is. Now what I'm actually going to do, because I've noticed that these go into metal over here, I'm going to actually Loctite just a little bit, not even red, but I just don't want them vibrating out. The little countersunk washers, just because I don't want them to fall out when I bash and play with this. This isn't like a speedrun car. This is just to bash and, for the most part, play, believe it or not. Just because it runs for longer periods of time, at least when the damn tires want to stay on it. I mean, well, it runs for as long as the tires last. So now we're just installing Loctite in here. And it doesn't have to be crazy tight at all, but just enough to where it's not going to vibrate out, because it's a metal screw going into a metal standoff, in which you want to really make sure that you secure it. And that's what we're doing. Also, by the way, guys, for all of you who don't know, any donations or anything that you guys put towards the channel will only be put towards the channel. Lo and behold, if you donate to the channel, it's used towards the channel. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to buy drugs with anything. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys want to donate to the channel, I use all the proceeds to helping make the channel better. I'm going to buy a new tripod, this and that, and that's pretty much what I'm aiming out towards. I really want to make sure the lives are doing like much better, because I like doing the live stuff. I love doing it. I love explaining what I do, and I love explaining. I love showing firsthand how to do these RC things properly. Yeah. If you guys donate, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you don't, I still appreciate you for watching. I didn't unscrew this all the way. There we go. All right, so now we got this one. Just a dot of Loctite. And this should be anything that you get, whether it's this exact thing or anything in the RC world. If you see that you buy something metal to metal, put Loctite on it. Shouldn't even be a question. This is just so it doesn't vibrate out over time. Notice how I put Loctite on these when we installed the fan doohickey. All right, so we're all torqued all the way around. We're all good there. Okay. Motor fan installed. That was a piece of cake. It really was. And if I really want to adjust it, this is all I have to do. I just have to loosen it slightly. Just got to loosen it ever so slightly with a 7mm wrench. Done. And look at that. I can adjust it. Down, up, side, whatever. I kind of like it in the middle because I don't want it to put too much tension on the wire here. In which the wires look amazing. And I do take notice of that because the whole theme of Megalodon is like silver, gray, you know, fossil, just that kind of theme. Even this right here is a black and a gray loom that's going around the wire. I mean, something like that is just badass. Not the color, but the consideration that Dylan from Hyperflow, like, he's like, this is Megalodon. We're going to match the themes. So that's what's really cool about it. And also, I just tightened this back up. Cake. Easy. And it's easy to access. And if I wanted to get two of these, I could. I just move this down a little bit and I just put another fan on. So if I run like a dual fan, I could actually put one of these on right now. But this here goes on a 56 series motor. So like your standard 800 kV or 1100 kV Castle, that's what this would go on. This is for the 70 series. So this hose clamp is actually larger. It is certainly larger. All right. Yo, I'm here. Nahal Mud, what's going on? How's it going? DJ Owens, can the new Cobra 5 high voltage ESC be paired with the Castle 1721 2400? Can it be paired? Yeah, it can. You don't want to run it on 12S, 10S. Hell, I don't even like running that motor on 8S. Not because I don't like running it, but it's such an amp-hungry motor. The 2400 kV, you just don't want to... It's going to croak your ESC out. ESC's going it's just not going to like it, you know? It's not going to like it. I would recommend no, actually. You might as well get an XLX2 or a Cobra 5 or anything like that. Or just run on 6S. Run on 6S with the Cobra 5, and it's just a stellar setup. It really is. Okay, so let's see here now. I'm going to... Oh, my God. Yes, so actually inside the pack that Dylan
or that Hyperflow gave to me. I'm sorry, Dylan, for using your name, but that. There is the 3S balance lead, and there is this monstrous 4S balance lead, if you guys can see. 3S, 4S. A lot of power, a shit ton of power, basically. But we're just running this on 2S, which is receiver voltage. But that's all we need. Honestly, that's all I feel that this car needs. I mean, it just needs a little bit of airflow, in which this here on 2S gives me more airflow than really anything else that I have otherwise. So, other than that, okay. Is everything good on here? Oh, we need to Loctite the pinion gear. Ruh-roh. I got a new pinion gear just because it was looking kind of worn. Believe it or not, just because it's running 12S, and during one of the videos, actually, the tire test video, I the motor had so much torque it literally forced itself out from a gear mesh. So the teeth, this is normal, right? With a little bit of play. The teeth were like this, and it kind of, it didn't strip itself, but it wore itself down, in which I'm like, all right, we kind of need to replace it here. So here we go. This is, oh, yeah, red Loctite. Just want to come out. That'd be nice if it would. And honestly, I just put a glob of it. I don't be shy when doing it on a pinion gear. You want to make sure you're Loctited, especially with something with 12S power. I mean, you don't even want to like compromise on that. If you do, you're going to end up losing a pinion gear, losing your drive, losing your brake, all that crap. And you do not want to do that at all. Okay. Turn the fan exhaust into thrust. Yeah, exactly. I want to see this thing on some foams around the 132. 350 power stroke. What's going on? How do you think that's how it will do in drag? I mean, of course it's going to do well, but it's not going to be like, oh my God, it's amazing. Because number one, it's heavy. It is heavy as heck. But I will say, it's got the torque to run prep easily. It's got the torque. As long as your motor's like good and your ESC could put out some amps, I mean, you just got to get the tuning down, and you can make anything like do really well. You really can. What you don't want to do is overwhelm the ESC. You really don't. This setup where it's currently doing like 102 miles an hour, that's actually a good starting point if I were to drag race it on 12S in overdrive. That's literally the starting point for speed. Really, I want to be around maybe 110, 115 miles an hour. Definitely, if I'm drag racing, you want to be around that speed, because when you trap, you're going to trap around 90, and you just still want it to pull throughout. And pull as in like accelerate even after the 132 to make sure you get your fastest time. And that's that. So I mean, the gearing setup, it's geared right now for 102 miles an hour or whatever it was. I don't see why it wouldn't do well. I mean, foam tires, I just got to worry about the rear diff. It's a lot of weight and it's a lot of power at once. You really got to worry about that. Any of you guys who are new to the channel, I appreciate you joining. We just installed this sweet, oh my God, this thing is so heavy. This sweet fan setup from Hyperflow. And we're just about done here today, guys. We are just about done. Let me get this fan thing. All right, there's that. Got that done. Oh my God. Oh, I got my light on still. Finally, jeez. Intermission, guys. Let's get a little break. Let's do a little water break right now. Okay, that is moved. All right. Appreciate all of you guys watching. We're pretty much done here. Dylan from Hyperflow, I really appreciate you sending me out the fans. They're just badass. They really are. And guys, if you want any kind of fans, you hit up Hyperflow, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever, or YouTube. But if you want to like message him and whatnot, I would definitely recommend Instagram.
or Facebook. Hit up Hyperflow Fans. He does amazing, amazing, exquisite work based on what you want. You know, like, yeah, you could just get regular fans. Like, okay, but if you have a certain project in mind, tell that to him. I mean, he can literally color coordinate whatever you buy exactly for the project that you have, which is badass. It's well worth the money, I assure you. And these fans are staying on Megalodon forever. Done. I'm not touching fans ever again. Because number one, I know they're not going to break. And number two, I don't need any more. I don't need any more. Last thing that we need to do, though. There's a lot of stuff everywhere. Let me turn this light off real quick. This is from CalRC. It's a great headlight. I really need to clean the workbench, but a clean workbench means nothing's getting work done. Okay, here is the body. We need to make sure the body still fits. If it doesn't, I'm going to cry. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's see here. So notice how there's like a whole ESC smokestack out of the back. That's what I have to do. There's also a cold air intake. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit, actually. Okay. Yeah, definitely that hit. What well, actually, I could move it to the side. Yeah, I'll try that. It definitely fits on here, though. The center completely clears, which is great. So actually what I'm going to do, really quick. Let me put this away. Let me put this away because I like being organized. And then I'm going to get my 7mm. We're going to do this real quick. Loosen the fan mount, or the fan mount. Okay. Oh, I really don't want to stretch it. I'm going to have to move the fan, or the, oh my God, English. I'm going to have to twist the fan like that so we have a little bit more room. Maybe I should just do that right now, actually. Back in the tripod you go. I'm just going to do it right now because I'm just going to. All right. Suction cup. There's my screw gun right here. We're doing it. We're doing it right. Let's get the headlight back up. Headlight back up and working. All right. You guys can see properly, right? Maybe, kind of, yeah. Almost, sort of. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because we need a little bit more length with the wire, we're going to twist the fan 45 degrees. 40? I don't know. Yeah, 45 degrees to the right. Because we don't want it to pull and rip from the base. Oh, nice. This fan mount, it has metal inserts. That's badass. That really is. So now notice when I was trying to bring the fan down, it's pulling. You can see right there. That's why we want to go like that. So we can literally move it just like that. See? Well, or at least as much as I can go. What I would probably want to do is take the motor back out, flip the hose clamp. Or this might be good enough right here, actually. Maybe. All right, I think that's as far as it's going to go, which is no big deal. And now, since I know that it's metal going into metal, we're going to use our hand driver. Just like that. Start the threads. Start the thread. And I'm not putting Loctite on it because it's going, what's it called? The inserts are going into plastic, or the print of whatever it is. That's probably too much torque. Number 3. That's perfect. Good. All right. Now I'm going to manually torque it by hand because I like doing that. 2, 3, and 4. All right, that's good. Now we're going to want to tighten this right here. Oh yeah, I probably am going to have to tighten it, or remove the hose clamp and do it again underneath, because I can't really get it 90 degrees down like that. As much as I would like to, I would have to move the hose clamp like the, oh my God, English. English. I have to move this tightening nut screw, or I have to flip it essentially up on the top over here. So I can pretty much get this fan flush 90 degrees with the chassis. In order for it to more than likely fit, I mean, worst case scenario, I could just cut the body out. I could just cut a insert hole and have it smokestack out of the back or top. Yeah, see? I think it's still going to be too tall no matter what, which isn't a big deal. I mean, this is a car that you really have to customize, organize, make sure everything is like perfect, gold when you do it. Should I just do it right now? You think I should? Oh, my headlamp flashes the camera. Sorry about that. Do it now. What I should probably do then. Maybe move it right there. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? We're already doing this. We are already doing this now, so you know what? We're going to do it now. Unplug this. And this is how quick it's going to take to like remove. Oh crap, I got to move that out. Hang on. This is how quick it takes to remove this fan. Just like that. Easy. It's already out. That's a heavy motor. Just like that. You see how easy that was? Now, I want it to go like that. Or should I use it straight up and have it smokestack? I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Should I have it like 90 degrees like this? Should I have it 90 degrees like this? Or should I have it how it was like that? Up. I don't know. I'm pretty stumped. I'm pretty stumped here. I have no idea. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna put this back up in here. Yeah, see, so if I were to go like straight up like that, I can then have this able to be adjusted on like trying to go underneath. It's just gonna be so much easier. Setup is really key based on what you want. Straight up or 90 degrees. You want to go straight up, like how? Like this? I just had it like this. Oh, I just removed everything. Should I mean, I think I might want to try it like this though. If it sits flush like this, I think I can have it smokestack out of the side of the body. On its side, yeah, avoid picking up debris. That is true, 350 power stroke. If I do go like this, it would pick up debris. Crap. I mean, I can't have it directly up and down, because if I have it directly up and down, it's going to hit the ESC. And I don't want that. We don't want that. I don't know. I think it's going to be better to be up, so it stays away from debris and all that. Real quick, let me just make sure the body sits on and seats without that fan on, so we can see how the ESC fan is. Oh yeah, it clears. That is perfect. That is awesome. Look at that. Completely smokestacked out. Easy. And I mean, it fits perfect. Before there was a 50 millimeter fan. Now there's a 40. I just don't want this thing flipping over. I'm probably going to have to get a larger dorsal fin for Megalodon. This thing looks badass. It looks like a smokestack. Yeah, I think regardless, like you see how close, like I'm touching the motor already. It's already going to be on the outside. You know what? Actually, being that it's so close, it's because this is the limitless body. If we had a GT body, it would fit. If this thing is going to suck up stuff this way, it still has like almost 2 inches of chassis room from over here, if you guys could see. I really want to have it out to the side, but I don't want to suck up debris and crap. Crap. I think it would be fine because there's a little lip and we have like about 1.5 inches of extra room from the motor. What I want to do real quick though, hopefully without ripping the sensor wire. Stay. What I really want to do is actually kind of just clean the chassis. While you're in here, you know, if you're doing any kind of maintenance or stuff, I love these RC, cowhide wipes. It's like a degreaser wipe. It really gets everything up off the chassis, and it just makes it look brand spanking new. I mean, if you're going to take the motor out anyway, you might as well like clean it, make sure it's nice and right. You know, you just might as well do it right the first time, and that's why this stream is still going. It would have ended like 20-30 minutes ago in all reality, but I'm not a person to, it's just really against me to like, maybe I'll skimp out on this. No, we're not doing that. That's not what I do. All right, let's see. To avoid picking up debris, it's gonna pick up trash, metal window. Yeah, you know what? I think I am gonna put it off to the side. Wait, how'd it go? This way. Okay. Yeah, so we are going to do it off to the side, and exactly as you said, window mesh. I mean, there is a fan shroud on the top of here, so anything big is not going to hit the blades. But if I move the motor just away for a little bit, the motor sits right here, right? You can see there's like 1 inch. Oh, here, perfect, actually. It sits right here, while the motor's inside in this area. There's still like 1 inch. So there is a little bit of a blockage from the direct ground if anything were to like scoop up. That's the only reason why I would do this. Minus that, if I wasn't running this GT chassis from Just Bash at RC, if I was running the stock chassis, I would say absolutely not. We're definitely going straight up and down. But you know, that's not the case here. Okay, so now I'm gonna mount this monstrosity again. And again, you really have to be careful because these heat sinks, they will cut you. Last week, I literally cut the side of my thumb, the tips of my fingers open, and I didn't even feel it. That's how sharp it is. So, really need to be careful all in all. It's heavy. It's a heavy motor, and it will cut you. But yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try it out. Worst case scenario, I could just swap it back. Yeah, I literally have to lift the motor. I have to support the backside. Okay, here we go. We're going to want to smack it right in the middle. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. That actually looks really good. It looks flush. And what I'll do, I'll cut the side out to the... Yeah, that... You know what, guys? I like this. It just looks flush and clean, and worst case scenario, 350 power stroke. I'll get that window mesh, the window screen mesh, and I'll put a little bit on the top here, just so it could prevent even smaller things from entering the fan. But you know, I mean, worst case scenario, you just blow it out with an air blower, and that's what I always do whenever I get done with my cars. I just blow it out. Okay, so with this being said, where'd my screw go? There it is. PPS motor bound screw back in there. Let's make sure it's threading in now. Oh yeah, nice. And it really sucks having to pick this motor up while you're trying to do the gear mesh. All right, now you gotta just do the gear mesh again. It's gotta go in a little bit. Yeah, I think I like it. Just looks clean. Clean. I love how this looks. And I mean, worst case scenario, you saw how easy it is. I just got to take the motor out and loosen this hose clamp, off, on, and done. Or hell, I could just do that right there. But now, since I have the hose clamp up here, I can actually like, obviously put it directly parallel with the ground. Or I can move it up a little. Maybe that's what I'll do. Have the best of both worlds. All right, that seems like a proper gear mesh. Yeah, that's a smart idea, Mr. Power Stroke. Will you get angry if I say Duramax or Cummins or joking? All right, let's see. Grass and dirt will get in the fan and slow it down so the mesh. Okay, yeah. If you want to send me a picture of, wait, actually, hang on, Mr. Power Stroke. Oh, I got some right here. Look at that. I got some for the camera. But yeah, what I'll do, I'll just put some on there. I'll do it at a later point because there's actually a swap meet later this month. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna clean this up to be like a show car for it down here in Florida, and I am going to bring Megalodon. I'm gonna have Colossus. I ordered a brand new Just Bash RC chassis for Colossus. I'm gonna do a whole nother live replacement on that too. That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna have Colossus up on here. But yeah, I'm actually gonna keep this out on my workbench because I will forget. I forgot what I had for breakfast, let alone let alone what I need to do tomorrow and the day after and whatnot. Yeah. All right. I like it. I like that. Now let's tighten this up a little bit. For all of you guys who are new to the channel, thank you for coming by. We already installed the Hyperflow fans, forged carbon fiber fan mount on this Cobra 5, high voltage 12S ESC. It is just amazing. It looks sweet. And we're just figuring out how to adjust the motor fan on the motor. See, like I can move it down, I can move it up, and I could just keep it like that. Yeah, I could just move it. It's not going to go anywhere. Like I could lift the whole car up, but it's loose enough to where if I want to move it slightly, I can. And I kind of like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good. That's a good. We like that. Okay. Now let's see if this body will close. And I doubt it. But because it is really wide, it's actually pretty close. It's pretty close. It's just making it bulge. Maybe I should move it back. No, I want it in the middle. Maybe I should put two fans. Should I put another one of these? Oh, but the whatchamacallit won't match. Either way, no big deal. I should probably put two of them. That'd be pretty cool. No, I'm going too far. Anyways, so what I'm going to want to do now with this kind of situation, I'm going to want to pretty much heat it as low as I can. But what I also want to do is actually remove and I'm not going to do that today because it's going to involve me using the Dremel drill to cut the side of the body out, just so that we get the proper airflow, or the fan could seat properly inside of this body. And that's no big deal. No big deal. That is definitely for another day. I'm not going to do the Dremel drill. It's late at night. I'm tired. I don't want to do that at this hour. Okay. We are good to go, though. Everything is tight. Let me just double check here. Double check. Tighten, tighten, tighten. All right, now I need to plug these damn connectors back in. These impossible little connectors. They're just JST connectors, by the way. They're not like any kind of different something that we don't know about. We definitely know about JSTs. All right. Just going to make sure everything is operable. Again. One of them is. Yeah. I got to flip this one around. My little... I don't have fingers small enough for this. It's so frustrating. Obviously, removing the motor wires might help a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Much easier. Jesus Christmas out. That's like really annoying. Trying to look through the. Oh, now I forgot which way it's supposed to go. Let me just turn it on real quick. All right, we got one on. Gotta go this way. There we go. We got two. We got our air going. All right. Look at that. Beautiful. Now up last, you're going to want to plug these in because we're pretty much done here. We're actually like 20-30 minutes done with this live stream. So I do appreciate you guys sticking around. I appreciate it. But yeah, this looks awesome. It really does. Forged carbon. Oh my God, it's beautiful. I just love it. It really looks nice. It adds a special touch to this damn car. I love it. All right, we're re-solidifying where this heat shrink goes. So it's going to direct the wire appropriately over. Yeah, that looks nice. I like it. I really do. Appreciate it, Mr. Powerstroke. Thank you, thank you. That looks awesome. And I mean, I could just move it. Wait, no, I can't. Let me loosen it slightly. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere if I leave it, whether it's up here or down here. I don't know. I have no idea. I like it however the hell it goes. Whichever way it wants to go, I like it. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all. Oh, anyway. All right. Stream is just about done. Megalodon is, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Just like that. Let's kill the capacitors. But yeah, it looks stellar. It really does. Make sure you hit up Hyperflow fans for any fans or customization of carbon fiber ESC fan mounts. Not only this, he also does XLX2 standard Cobra 5. This is a high voltage. And I'm pretty sure he does the 8 scale ESCs as well, like the Cobra, no, not the Cobra 8. Sorry, the Mamba Monster X8S as well. Oh, yeah, so that was a little bit of a adventure. But yeah, you see what I do here. Notice how, like, well, originally when Megalodon crashed, he caught air. Motor actually went like that, like up this way and diagonally out. I have this little bracket right here to just to prevent it coming from the outside. Yeah, so Jack might be a silent K. I'm not sure. I'm gonna obliterate it. Sorry. Either way, Jack. Yeah. I mean, airflow will be restricted unless I cut something on the. Unless I cut like a little, I don't know, air intake. But that's exactly what I did with the top. And this thing just it smokestacks out of the top, which is exactly what I did earlier. It's not gonna matter. I'm gonna have to cut the body either way, whether it's up like that or down like this. It's not going to matter at all. It's 100% going to, yeah. But I mean, either way, I'm not worried about airflow. I'm worried about getting it under, and there's no way to get it under with this motor, with the stock limitless body. I mean, speaking of airflow, I have cold air intakes directly here, and also here, so air gets scooped in underneath. I mean, this car breathes. When I say with the body on, this car can literally drive all day on 12S at 100 miles an hour. It literally can. I'm not even over-exaggerating. When I say my RC car can pull the school bus, it actually does. So when I say this thing could do 100 miles an hour all day, it really can. And now we actually have fans on. That's before the fans. Now it really will run 100 miles an hour. I mean, no, it could run 100 miles an hour all day. Now it'll just be 10 degrees cooler running all day. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly. Maybe I could do like maybe I could do it like this. Do a diagonal. Well, I can't drill holes actually, because it's 100% still hitting the body. It's not going to matter. It's definitely not going to matter. The fans are too thick. Thick with 2 C's. Oh, I got to move the, hang on. Got to move the motor wires down a little bit. Just tuck them underneath the body mount just like that. Okay, let's get this body in. But yeah, I got to do a couple more things to Megalodon, and he'll be ready for the swap meet show. But yeah, it's already touching the body. It's, even if it's not going to matter. I can't just put holes like this because it's nowhere near, like this is as far down as it can go. It's nowhere near on it. Top is fine. Top could be as tall as it wants to be. But I basically need to do the same exact thing over here. Just cut a whole square out and just have this thing like, bam, just go directly into it. That's exactly what I need to do. And then what I should have done, I had this cold air intake because I wasn't running a fan. Now I don't even need a cold air intake. Just close that. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's about as much as what we can do. I'm not using the Dremel drill tonight. Absolutely not. It's too late for that. Definitely not. Okay. So this is for another day. And by the way, guys, if you want a RC car built by me, that's actually what's over here right now. It's a whole nother Limitless. I do this on the side. See over here, I got a lot of stuff and crap everywhere, but it's just because of this live. Once the live is done, everything gets pretty much reorganized. Yeah, this is a whole brand new Limitless. Brand spanking new. And he is in pieces right now. Waiting on parts to get here. So as soon as the parts get here, the whole workbench is going to be reorganized, re-cleaned up. And he's actually going with a carbon fiber chassis, all this and that. Anyway, but if you guys want like a crazy build done by me, contact me on Instagram, Facebook, or even on YouTube. My email is brandonmp7@gmail.com. I do these crazy builds as well. If you want something built by me, make sure you let me know. Okay, other than that, God, I hate advertising. I hate advertising. Oh my God, with this light. Enough with this light too. I hate advertising. But I mean, at the end of the day, I love doing it. I love doing it. I love making people have their dream cars, their dream builds. I really like doing it. Anyway, guys, it's been 2 hours. What time is it? Oh my God, 10 o'clock. I need to walk the dog. God. All right, so I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every one of you for watching. Hyperflow fans, Mr. Dylan, kick-ass fans. Really, the fans are badass. The whole mount, I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. It just really brings the Megalodon theme out. I'm so glad I have it on the car. So if you guys want any of like if you guys want any of his fans or the fan shroud, make sure to contact him on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. He will get you right. And if you guys have a certain theme of color that you have as well, let him know, because he also does gold, red, green, blue. That's blue. That's like a light blue, black. You know, whatever. It's good. So appreciate you guys watching. We're pretty much done here for the day. I'm gonna check up on comments real quick. Drill some holes. I see 350 power stroke, jack. Okay, I mean we're just about done here. All right, guys. Appreciate you tuning into the channel. Make sure you stay safe and have a good one.